AI bubble is tech's biggest scam happening right now. Here's a crazy thought. Imagine if I told you that a single company that just makes computer chips is now worth more than the entire economies of Germany, Japan, and India combined. Sounds insane, right? But it's true. And here's the even crazier part. This might all be one massive organized scam. Over the past few weeks, AI stocks have been crashing hard. A Chinese company called DeepSeek just shook Silicon Valley to its core. And now experts are saying the AI bubble is about to burst. If it does, it could make the 2008 financial crisis look small. So today, we're diving deep. Is AI really a revolution, or is it just a massive financial fraud? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the insane amount of money being poured into AI right now. Let's start with Nvidia. This company makes AI chips, the hardware that powers ChatGPT, Gemini, and basically every AI tool you use. Today, Nvidia's market value is over $5 trillion. To put that in perspective, India's entire GDP is 4.8 trillion, Germany's is 5.1 trillion, and Japan's is 4.28 trillion. One chip making company is bigger than entire nations. That should raise some red flags. Goldman Sachs estimates that by 2025, $1 trillion will be spent on AI, just on data centers, cloud infrastructure, and chips. Microsoft alone has announced plans to spend $80 billion on AI infrastructure. But here's the twist. If you remove AI investments from the equation, US economic growth is basically zero. That means today's economy is literally being held up by this AI bubble. Now let me blow your mind with something. Where is all this money actually going? Imagine a circle. Here's how it works. Step 1. Nvidia sells its AI chips, worth about $50 billion. Step 2. Microsoft and Oracle buy these chips to build data centers. Step 3. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, rents these data centers for $300 billion deals. But here's the catch. Where did OpenAI get all this money? From Microsoft, who invested $13 billion in them. See the pattern? The money is just going in circles. Microsoft gives money to OpenAI. OpenAI pays Microsoft for cloud services. Microsoft buys chips from Nvidia, and Nvidia invests in startups that will use their chips. This is what we call a circular economy. On paper, everyone's balance sheets show revenue. Stock prices go up, investors get excited. But where's the actual profit? OpenAI lost $5 billion in 2024 alone. This is eerily similar to 2008, when banks created a bubble by circulating housing loans in the same way. Tech CEOs like Sam Altman, Sundar Pichai, and Satya Nadella keep screaming, AI will boost productivity, it'll cut costs, it'll create jobs. But let's look at the actual data. MIT did a recent study. They gave programmers GitHub Copilot, an AI coding tool. The result? Their coding time increased by 55%. Why? Because the code AI writes is buggy and broken. Developers spend more time fixing AI's mistakes than they would have spent just writing the code themselves. McKinsey published a report in 2024. 72% of companies invested in AI tools, but only 11% saw any productivity increase. The rest saw either no difference or things actually got worse. Here's a real example. Stack Overflow, the biggest forum for programmers, had to ban AI-generated answers because 60% of them were completely wrong. So if AI isn't that powerful yet, why are companies firing workers left and right? In 2024, over 105,000 tech workers were laid off, and companies kept saying, we are restructuring because of AI. Let me tell you the truth. This is an organized excuse. Look at what's actually happening. Google fired 12,000 workers. 6 months later, they quietly hired 8,000 new people at lower salaries. Klarna, a Swedish fintech company, claimed AI would replace customer service agents. 6 months later, they were hiring again because customers were complaining non-stop. Dell laid off 13,000 people, blaming AI. But their AI division isn't even profitable yet. The pattern is crystal clear. Fire experienced, expensive employees. Blame AI. Then hire cheaper, fresh graduates a few months later. AI has become a corporate weapon to intimidate workers and justify mass layoffs. Now for the scariest part. What happens when this bubble bursts? Remember the DeepSeek shock? This Chinese company proved they could build an AI model for $6 million that OpenAI spent $100 million on. The result? Nvidia's stock crashed 17% in a single day. $600 billion in market cap just vanished. But the real danger is something called shadow banking. Companies have taken massive loans to build data centers. These loans have been packaged and sold to pension funds, insurance companies, and banks, just like in 2008 with housing loans. If AI companies don't make profits, and right now they're not, these data centers become worthless. Loans will default, banks will collapse, and regular people's savings will disappear. The Financial Times recently warned unregulated AI debt could trigger the next financial crisis. So here's the bottom line. AI is real technology, sure, but right now it looks more like a financial scam and marketing hype than a revolution. Real applications are limited, profits are non-existent, but valuations are astronomical. The red flags are everywhere. Circular money flow, fake productivity claims, layoffs being used as corporate excuses, and a dangerous debt bubble that could explode any moment. So what should you do? Stay aware. If you're investing, look at fundamentals, not hype. And if you're a worker, it's time to organize and protect your rights. Because when this bubble bursts, and it will burst, bailouts shouldn't go to bankers. They should go to the real workers who keep this system running. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.